this is my first proper junk journal and my first ever YouTube video, so hope you enjoy it. So just to show you that there's not loads and loads of pages, but there's got quite a lot of stuff in there, and I've just sort of decorated it with a lot of lace. So basically I've covered the journal in this sort of vintage patchwork fabric. Felt it went quite well with the theme, and then I've closed it with this beautiful red ribbon. I've put a lot on there, so if you do want to stuff it with quite a lot of things, there's lots and lots of ribbon to keep that closed. So I've lined the edges here with some lace and some vintage sort of rose ribbon, and then I've put some huge chunky lace pieces here and on the back as well. These are just pockets so that you can just sort of stuff those. They're quite deep, so you'll be able to stuff those with whatever you like. And then I finished the spine off with another piece of lace, which is similar to this one. And then I've just popped in some rose gold eyelets so that I can thread through these, and I've put lots of lovely little beads on there. And then also on the front I've made this altered paper clip, so again it's just a rose gold paper clip with a beautiful little lace flower, put some lace underneath with some ribbon, some puff paint, and then just a charm that I've put on rose gold metal, just made of beads and things. So then here I've put a sort of Parisian background with a beautiful vintage lady on the front there. And then opening up, so inside we have this little Parisian pocket, similar material, it's the same as that one, and you can just see more of the design there. And then I've just edged that with some lace, and that's an empty pocket so that you can just stuff that with anything that you'd like. And then you can see that I've used lace just to kind of line all of the edges of the journal, just to make that quite pretty. So inside the first page we've got this beautiful white rose paper, which has come from a 12 by 12 pad from the Works, which all of the patterned paper in this book have come from. And then this is just some vintage ephemera that I've put on, so you've got a postcard there and some poppies there. And then this is just a piece of patterned paper from Poundland, I think, and I just stamped on that and used some washi tape, which is just this one, which I think I got from AliExpress, with just some cards on it. And then inside is another piece of ephemera that I've just added some lined paper on the back so that you can use that for journaling, and that's just poppies just to sort of flow with that page. Over the page, so this is just the back of the white rose paper from the Works pad, and I've just done some stenciling on the back there, and then I've created all of these pieces using Distress Oxide on some card, just spritzing with water to make the colours blend. And then I've just done some stamping here with black ink, and this one I've done with some embossing powder, and then just inked the edges to age it and dropped on some ink, like a splatter brush, and then I've added some stenciling on the back here and turned that into a journaling card. So there's lots of lovely room there for writing, and that just goes inside its tuck spot. And the tuck spot I've made from a piece from a Tim Holtz pad, I think an 8x8 pad, and then I've just stuck on some butterflies there. So then I tea stained by hand quite a few pieces of paper for the book and a doily, which I've inked the edges of to age, and I've just done some stenciling on there, match that on the other side with pink roses. And then so here are the journaling pages that I've done that are tea stained. So I've inked the edges, I've used a craft punch down the side just to make the pattern, and then I've put some stenciling on the top there, and I've done the same on that side just to make them look a little bit nicer for when you're writing on them. So on this page, again it's another piece from the Works, same sort of pad, I think it's called Grunge 12 by 12 pad, I'm not sure if it's still available. Here I've just used a piece of washi, again something from AliExpress, just that one. and then I've just used some paper from, this was all a vintage sort of Parisian pack from Poundland, I think, 6x6. Here, this originally started off as just a music sheet, so I've put some sort of turquoise stenciling over it, and matched it with some turquoise ephemera, inked the edges to age them, and just popped on some lace, and some buttons to match, and some lace on the edge as well. So on the back there I've just got some lined paper, again tea stained, and then I've done some stenciling on the back and inked the edges to age that. Okay, and then over the page, this is the back of that page, from the works pad. So I've added a little charm, it's just some brown beads, wooden beads with some pearls, and like a nice little glassy blue one there with a silver rose, and then I've just added a peacock feather on there as well. So this is again from the grunge pad from the works, just had a little bit of edging there with some ribbon, and use some more of this chunky lace here. So on this page, I've made an envelope using a couple of envelopes, and then I've altered them. So I've wrapped them together with this beautiful sort of blue butterfly ribbon. I think I also got that from the works a very long time ago. They might still stock this though, actually. And then I've just finished it off with a button that I've sewn on there. So inside I've used more of the white rose paper with some butterflies, a dragonfly there, a couple more butterflies, and then these are just envelopes that you can just put anything that you'd like in there, any notes and things like that you want to keep. And then I've just sort of filled the blank spaces with some more pages from the grunge pad, some French poetry. I've got this beautiful 18th century French poetry book, so that's from there, and then finished them off with some butterflies and some little bits of ephemera. And then that just tucks away in here, and I've just used a paper clip to secure it just to keep it in place there. Some more hand dyed paper for journaling, with some stenciling on and some punching on the sides. So now this is an altered coin envelope, so again I've just used some of that 18th century French poetry, some washi tape, a little charm and a butterfly, and then I've craft punched a hole through there. And then I've made a few of these tags, so there's a few of these in the journal. So these I've just sort of used some texture paste to make the background, and then I've used Brusho powders to make the colour for the background, used some stamps and some butterflies to just sort of finish that off with a little sentiment on the top. And then I've turned that into a journaling card, so there's lots of space there for journaling, and that just tucks perfectly in there. I've edged this page with, so I've done some stenciling there, I don't know if you can see that, birds and bird cages, and then I've edged it with this lace which I've used sort of ink to darken, and then on the other side, so this is from the Tim Holtz 8x8 pad that I used. So another charm, so I've gone for the same sort of theme of these charms, and I've just put that on some lace there, some more lace and some ribbon with a beautiful little blue flower. So these are just paper clips, so you can just move these and put these wherever you like. And then here, this is like a little sweet bag. So I've tea dyed that myself, and then I've added a little stencil of some birds, and you'll see the other one on the other side as well in a second. So I've basically made sure that those match exactly, so they look the same through, and then I've just used a craft punch to make the edges quite pretty there. So in here is another tag that I've made. This one, so this one's not texture paste, this one's bits of die cuts, so just these circles, and I think it's a fishnet that I've used there, and then just some bits of ephemera that I've stuck on, and I've had these little stickers for ages and they just look like they fit really perfectly, so I used those. And then Time for Us is just a little sentiment there again, just some journaling space on the back there. And then here is again some more journaling space with some more hand tea dyed paper with stenciling on it, and just some French writing as well on those ones. So this is the other side of the bag, and then I've just popped another stencil, oh sorry, another tag in there. I've just punched the edges of different punches, popped treasure on there, and then again I've used the circle and the fishnet die cuts for that, and just the lovely sticker again, and then some journaling space on the back there. And then here's the other side of the Tim Holtz 8x8 pad, and this is another charm again along the same sort of theme, silver rose, pearl, blue glass bead. I think it's plastic, not glass. And then this is just on an altered paper clip again, so again you can just move that and put them wherever you want. And so it's just got some lace on and some ribbon with some buff paint and a little flower on there as well. So again on this side, so I've matched the bird cages with the little birds there on the background, and edged that with the lace again. And then here's another altered envelope with some French poetry, a little embellishment, a butterfly and some washi, and again just punched that through. And then this is another one of those stamps using the texture paste and some brush show colours to get the background. And then I've just got Adore Imperfection, which I definitely do. And then again some more journaling space, and another one of those tags. I felt the colours fit really well there, and again just use brush show and texture paste. Embrace possibility, it's always something good to live by. And then this is some vintage sort of washi tape that I've had for a while, and then I've just put some Parisian stamps on and edged that with some lace there. So here is another envelope. So I've just made this tuck spot with again some more of the grunge paper, and finished that with this lovely little lace piece there. And then I've just stenciled some things on there just to give it a little bit more interest, and again another one of those charms with the wooden beads and the pearl. That's a little heart there. So this is another envelope that I've made, and so I finished that with a Union Jack button. I felt like the colours went really well. So inside we've got a lot of butterflies. We've got green and blue butterflies inside the pockets, and you've got 2 pockets inside each. Again, this is another page of the lovely white roses that I've just finished with some little butterflies. Little moth sort of sat on the flowers there with a butterfly, and then some more Parisian poetry there, some bingo cards and butterflies and things. Just wind that up, and then that just tucks back in here. Okay, a little bit more journaling space, another doily. Again, you can write on that as well, and I've matched that pattern exactly through the other side just so that it looks right all the way through. Here's a pocket that I've made. I've just sort of done some stamping on here to add a little bit of colour. Use that washi again with the clocks and the cards, and then this is another tag that I made using the die cut pieces. Again, this is brush show colours that I've used, and then I've just done some stamping on there and just put one of these stickers on again, Imperfection. And then I've just done some stenciling on the back there as well, just to add a little bit more interest. Well, that's quite a deep pocket, so you could fit quite a few things in there. And then here, so this is some more of that beautiful white rose paper, and then I've just got a little butterfly on there, which is kind of like a specimen card, so you can see through. And then here I've just got some plants, so just some plants on some vellum, and then just like a little herb card there, just together with a clip. And then inside a little tuck spot here, so I've just finished it with that lovely blue ribbon. This again is from the Tim Holtz 8x8, and a little butterfly or moth there. Okay, so then here is another pocket. I've just added some lace here which you can add things to, and then this is one more of those tags with the brush colours and the texture paste, something small, just a little sentiment on there, and again some more journaling space there. And then I've just added sort of like a fabric tag there, and then this was just a book page, and then I've just added some ephemera on there, just sort of along the same sort of colours. Just added some lace to edge the sides under there, with some buttons, and then again just stenciled on the back and turned that into another journaling card. So that just tucks in there with the tag. And then this is the back, and again it's just a chunky pocket, and then you've got this lovely sort of rose gold bead that I wanted to use because it incorporated with the colours of the altered paper clips and the eyelets that I've done, and then just these lovely little hearts and beads just to tie it all together. And then you just wrap that up, and then that's it. So that is my first junk journal and first YouTube video, so I hope that you have enjoyed it, and if you do want to see some more, please like and subscribe. This journal will be on sale, and I will pop a link to my Facebook page where it will be available. Thank you.